Thank you. Hi. I will start my story with 50 years ago. My parents came to the Netherlands from former Yugoslavia as guest workers, and they actually met in the Netherlands and decided to start a family. And I'm first generation, born and raised in Amsterdam, and they gave me the name Bojana. And Bojana means she who is a fighter in battles. And this is a big red thread in my story of tonight. 2019, I was on top of the world. I was very successful. And success means to me completely fulfilled in all aspects of my life. With my husband and daughter, I traveled the world. We love to explore new countries, new cultures, see people, meet people. I'm an entrepreneur. 15 years, I built a company. I was busy with a takeover, so I was really doing well. And additionally to this, I was building a new venture with two great partners. I was walking on air, and we bought a new house, we had dreams, all things came together. Then Corona kicked in, and Corona made my business evaporate. Events business, gone. The takeover was off the table. Okay. The new business venture I started, or actually we were planning to start, was also not Corona-proof. Okay. At that moment, I was thinking, okay, homeschooling for my daughter, number one. On top of that, my husband got diagnosed with a tumor. And the fighter in me was like, okay, how am I going to keep this together? So action mode on. First, like, indication was, okay, we have to survive, we need income. So I tried to reinvent a part of my events business within a partnership. And it really sucked all the energy out of me because I didn't have it. Only this partner, unfortunately, liked probably the concept. She copy-pasted and started her own company without telling me. Nothing was left. What do? Breathe and make sure you keep on standing. And this pushed me to kind of have a helicopter view over my life. Like, okay, intrinsically, I'm motivated to be this fighter, but I can't do it right now because all the battles are in front of me and I don't know which one to pick. So here I want you to take it back to my 3-year-old. When I was 3 years old, I had this question over and over again to my mom, where I asked her every time, am I part of this family? I said, are you sure that I'm not exchanged in the hospital? My mother, of course, didn't like this question. So she either ignored my question or she was bothered by it. This question came from the fact that I had a recurring dream for many years onwards, from the age of 3, because I was very much aware. I was a spectator of the family I was part of, but I didn't feel part of. And I didn't feel understood at that early age. And at that time, I really developed a focus on eyes, because I had to trust myself. And the way to trust the surrounding was to look people in the eye. And this helped me a lot in life. So I actually decided to not stand out as a child. At the age of 14, I got a full identity crisis. Why? War in former Yugoslavia. Living in the Netherlands, this really hit me in the core. Because there I found out that everything around me changed. I found out that my parents came from 2 different areas. Was never a topic at home. Family had to flee. News there, news here was completely different. struggles at home. And the thing that I hated most back then was the fact that my last name had a way. My maiden name back then had a way, because I was put into a frame. A frame where I didn't want to be. And I really wanted to prove that I was worth more than that frame. And I decided to get all the chances in life I can get. But I didn't know how to ask for help. So the situation at home got more heavier because we already struggled to kind of get to the end of the month. But with the care for the family, it got worse. So I thought, okay, I have to contribute here. There's no place for me, my wishes, my dreams. I have to make sure I finish my school and get a job. So this job, I thought after finishing high school, I will get a job and earn money. But this was not easy. I didn't have any experience, was too young. But also the bias on my last name didn't really help to find a job. Through an employment agency, back then, I found a job in the advertising industry, a world completely unknown to me. I was like Alice in Wonderland. It was so creative, hipsters, big brands, very, how do you say it, lively every day. And my ticket into advertising, you will not believe it, was the fact that I could touch type with 10 fingers. So the thing I did there, it was a full-time job. I focused to do my job well. But my colleagues back then didn't know that I had 2 side jobs. I never spoke about because I was kind of ashamed of it. And why did I have these 2 side jobs? I had to support myself on the one side. And on the other side, I had the intrinsic motivation to support my country back home in every way I could. And this was not always successful, but I tried. So with my strong willpower back then, 10 years later, I was managing director of an advertising agency with my 10 fingers touch typing. And why did I succeed to get here? The fact that I really wanted to help the people in my teams. Everything I missed through life, I gave, because I wanted to, every one of them, reach their full potential within my teams and help them. So the question I had often is, how can I help? And now I understand that this was really not a common thing. But back then I had this urge to really make them shine. It was not about me as a managing director, but about the people around me. So last year when I was at rock bottom and didn't know what to do, this intrinsic motivation of me really pushed me to give back even more. And as inequality of opportunity is a topic in my life, I was looking at what am I going to do. So I ran into a foundation called Stichting Studiezalen. And Stichting Studiezalen is fighting equality of opportunity in the city of Amsterdam. And the founder inspired me, and I thought this is a place where I can contribute. So I volunteered. But this volunteering was not a nice act. But I knew that in the situation I was, this would also keep me mentally stable and give me a lot of energy. So I went there, and I blended in very quickly. And why did I blend in? Because I was creating opportunities for all the youngsters at Stichting Studiezalen, because they were all little me's. I saw it. And the fact that nowadays I'm creating these opportunities for these children with 140 others, asking every day, how can I help? strengthens me in something I didn't have and really want to make it bigger for the world around me. So my question to you is, who are you going to look at tomorrow and ask, how can I help?